Are you wondering why Battlefield's new game mode Hazard Zone is getting so much hate? Well guys, we're going to break down the game mode and all of its problems right now. Let's jump right in. So what is Hazard Zone? Now Hazard Zone is one of the 3 game modes featured in Battlefield 2042. There is the All-Out Warfare, which is the main multiplayer, the Battlefield Portal, which is kind of the old Battlefields remastered, and then Hazard Zone is its own game mode that you can click by going here. Now what exactly is the game mode and what's the purpose and what do we do? Now, Hazard Zone, in summary, is pretty much your squad versus all the other squads with an emphasis on survival. Now, multiple squads can win. It's not a battle royale. We'll talk about this more in a minute. But Hazard Zone, if you're on PC, can feature up to 8 squads for a total of 34 players. And if you're playing on console, it can be up to 6 squads for a total of 24 players. Now, when you play this, you'll always be in a squad of 4, and it's going to feature one of the 7 maps from the Battlefield 2042 multiplayer, but they are downscaled to accommodate for the smaller player size. You and your squad will deploy into the map with all the other squads at the exact same time, where you all have the exact same goal in mind. The goal was quite simple. As a squad, what you want to do is find, secure, and survive the map by extracting with these data drives. You can each hold up to 3 for a total of 12 drives as a whole squad. Now, to find them, all you have to do is press the number 4, and you will right-click to aim in, and you can actually mark to your whole team where the closest data drive is. You can just hold down left-click, and it'll ping it yellow like that, and you can all head towards it to converge on it at once. Now, all of these drives will be found inside of crashed satellites, which, again, you locate by using the lens and left-clicking to ping it for your team. All you have to do is walk up to the satellite, hold E on one of the closed doors, and inside will be a yellow drive, which you press E on to pick up, and it'll add it to your inventory, which you can see below my camera next to the mini-map in the bottom left of my screen. Now, the reason that you and your squad want these drives is because these drives, when you get out of the run, will actually give you Hazard Zone currency. Now, for every single drive that you and your team get out with, there is a maximum of 12, 3 per person. You will all get shared currency that you can use later on, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, there are 2 ways to accumulate this currency. One is by killing either AI or players, and one is by getting out with those drives. You can see here that we got a total of 2,010 currency from getting out with 9 drives, as well as killing different things. Now, again, there is AI in this mode, so there's not only those 24 or 32 players, but there is also AI that will constantly be spawning in throughout the match, which will not only be near all the data drives, but they'll actually kind of spawn in on the extracts themselves, so you have to fight through AI and players while you're on the map the entire time, so there's just this constant battle of AI and players. So the reason that you need credits is because you can actually customize your loadouts. So when you get in here, you have the choice of all the other operators, and once you do the operators, you can pick your weapons. Now you see that there are 2 free weapons here, and there are actually weapons you have to pay credits for. So your credits are up in the top right over here. You see I have 3.3k credits, and I can purchase different weapons. For example, I can buy an AK-24 with credits, and yeah, you can buy it, and then you get a free pistol, and you can buy different utility tools, which you can get better ones as you level up, and then you can also buy different throwables. You can buy tacticals, which help you increase your gameplay. For example, this gives you more armor. This allows you to resupply squad mates, which you can also do on the map as well. And then you can get extra magazines, stuff like that, and you have multiple tactical slots which you unlock later on. But pretty much the credits are used to either buy weapons or buy tactical things. Now we'll talk about more later on how I feel about this as a whole, but that's what you use the credits for. Now there are 2 ways for a match to end for you and your squad, and one of those being you and your whole squad can all die, or number 2 being you can take one of the 2 extracts on the map. Now, halfway through a match, you will see E1 appear on the map, and that is the first extract, which will appear exactly halfway through a match, and you and your whole squad can attempt to make it there. However, every single squad on the map has this extract. Now, there is a second extraction, which is called E2, which is the final extract of the map. If you do not take the E2 extract before it takes off, that's the end of the match. You and your whole squad will get wiped out by like the storm or tornado, whatever it is, and you will lose your data drives. You'll not get out. Now, if you do die, you will keep any kill credits that you get. Will still give you some of those Hazard Zone credits, but you will not get any points from the data drives unless you and your squad extracts. Now, if some of your squad mates die and you want to redeploy them, you can actually go to a redeploy station, which you can see on the map. It would be that green icon. It would just be anywhere in the map. It's a little computer. You press E on it. As long as you stay in the zone and you don't die and let anyone cancel the resupply, your whole squad will parachute back in, which you can see happen in a few seconds. You can also buy these as utility in the shop, so you can supply your teammates whenever they die. And you see I'll spawn in just like this, and now I'm back in the fight with my loadout, so I can help my team possibly extract. And yes, it is possible for some of your team to extract and some not. So if you're playing with a group of randoms and they're kind of in the middle of nowhere, you can leave without them if you want to get out and leave them behind. So to answer the most popular question that I got on my stream while playing this was, is this game mode like Escape from Tarkov? And the blunt answer is no, it's really not. The only similarities is you deploy into a match, you have extracts, and there's AI in both players that shoot at you. That's really the only similarity, honestly. Now, to be absolutely blunt, this game mode is a huge letdown, and I normally wouldn't care if a game mode feels bad, but it's one of the main 3 game modes of the game, and really it feels like it's missing something. Now, when I play a game, I'm looking for something that is either fun or something that feels rewarding. Now, this game mode doesn't do either of those, honestly. It's really not fun because it feels like it's missing something. It just feels like a worse version of the online game, and it doesn't feel rewarding because typically in a game that focuses on keeping yourself alive, like a battle royale or a survival game, in a battle royale, you're trying to win. That's the point. That's what's fun. You want to win, right? And that's rewarding when you do win, like in a game like Apex or Warzone. In a survival game, what makes that feel rewarding is when you kill enemy players and you get better loot, or you find something that helps boost your progress in the game. And you actually can't do that in this game. Now, I have tons of other complaints, but the core gameplay of it itself makes no sense and it's flawed. The game mode itself is really just contradictory because whether I live or die, I lose my loadout, and there's no winning by being the last squad alive, so why do I care if I live or die? And on top of that, all of the loadouts are just super cheap. You can buy every gun for 200 credits a piece, and if I get 3 kills and die, I get 120 credits. So 2 deaths in a row and I can buy a brand new gun. So why would I care if I wipe a 4-man or not? Now, other than the baseline level that we just talked about, the game has its problems, like you can't change your operator when you're actually picking your loadout, and you can't really tell AI versus players apart. It's really hard to tell the difference. But, the one redeeming quality of the whole game mode is that you get that, really close-knit squad versus squad gameplay, where I can actually fight a 4v4 as opposed to it being a 64 versus 64, which is what the main game mode actually is. So that's the one redeeming quality, is you can have some fun squad versus squad PvP, but there really is no progression. There's no reason to live or die. There's winning doesn't really matter in this game mode, and there's just it feels like it's lacking something overall. But the one redeeming quality is just being able to have that really close quarters squad versus squad teamwork that you see in other games. Guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more content for Battlefield, whether that is gameplay from the multiplayer or maybe even the remastered games as well, make sure that you are hitting that sub button, hit that bell, like and comment down below, and we are doing daily streams of Battlefield as well, 7 p.m. Eastern when I go live. Hope to see you there. Until next time.